I created a nostalgic-looking short film in under 16 hours using nothing but my voice, video editing software, and 6 different AI tools. But why? The video AI company, Runaway held a contest and opened up their suite of tools to anyone who registered. I thought, hey, I'm anyone, so I signed up as well. In the competition, we were given 60,000 AI minutes or 300,000 credits to create a 1 to 4 minute film in 48 hours. Additionally, we had to include 3 elements in the film from a list of numerous possible outcomes. 1 element for each of the 3 categories: character archetype, scene, and object. But I didn't have 48 hours like everyone else. I only had 16 hours to do the competition, so I needed to use my time wisely. I immediately jumped into ChatGPT and started with this prompt. I am a filmmaker using the AI tool Runaway to create a film for a 48-hour film festival. I'm going to add in the contest requirements, and you will be my writer's assistant, helping me to shape the story based on the contest prompt. Say ready when you understand and are awaiting input. ChatGPT came up with 15 different story combinations using the elements given by Runway, but I wasn't sold on any of them, so I asked again. But nothing felt like me. As I looked at ChatGPT's generations over and over again, an idea for a story popped into my head. So I entered the info from my brain and let ChatGPT do its magic to help lightly structure a story. This loose story direction would be good enough for now. The elements I chose for the story were a creature from space, a grocery store, and an exit door. I then used a cinematic prompt in Midjourney to create hundreds of stills that I could use as starting points for Runway Thanks to CyberJungle for the amazing prompt structure. Make sure to watch their video in the description below if you want to learn how to generate cinematic images. And after I adjusted it, I made my prompt to be cinematic scene, dark aisle of a grocery store at night, 1984, wide shot, Kodak Porta 400, Steven Spielberg, motivated lighting, style raw, an aspect ratio of 16:9. Using my adjusted prompt, I kept generating and reprompting until I came up with the look and feel for the grocery store that I liked. After I finalized the look and feel of the setting for the 1980s grocery store, I used Midjourney again to come up with the creature design. After a few failed attempts of generating character sheets, I realized having a consistent creature would be very difficult, so I decided to change the story from one creature from outer space to a race of jellyfish blob-like creatures. This would give me a little leeway in the character design, and so every shot that my character was in wouldn't have to match perfectly, but would still be somewhat consistent. Once I found an image for a creature I liked, I used it as a reference for Midjourney and pasted it before my prompts. I kept prompting and reprompting, varying subtle and varying strong, until I had enough images to bring the story to life in Runway Gen 2 image to video. Runway is an amazing tool, and I didn't have to do too much except drop in the source image, play with motion controls, and hit generate. The key to making good shots with AI is small tweaks in the settings, consistent re-rolling, regeneration, and most of all, patience. After about 6 hours of generating hundreds of videos, I finally downloaded 47 of the most usable shots. They were a pretty small file size, and the resolution wasn't quite what I'm used to with working with professional video. So I used Topaz AI to upscale the video files to a 4K ProRes MOV file, and I had the software add in some film grain to take away some of the AI smoothness that Runway interpolation produces. Finally, it was time for the edit, which took the least amount of time. I used Adobe Premiere Pro in my normal editing workflow. I had the first cut in about an hour. I then added in some additional grain filters and film scratches to give it more of an 80s vibe, and to again hide some of the smoothness that the current AI tools produce. I nested my complete timeline, duplicated it, and added a fast blur effect to give the film a bloom-like feel that we're used to with cinematic lenses from the 80s. Once the visual story was locked into place, I wrote some voiceover based on the light outline I created with ChatGPT, and then recorded the performance on my phone. I then used Altered AI to morph my voice a bit, as it does a much better job as a voiceover actor than me. Just see for yourself.
A race of explorers looking for something to fill our soul.
A race of explorers looking for something to fill our soul. A race of explorers looking for something to fill our soul.
Finally, I used Adobe's Text AI tool to capture the VO in text form and create subtitles for me. 16 hours and 6 AI tools later, I called it a day and was finished. Out of hundreds of submitted films, Let Us Explore is one of 8 to win an award for Best Character. With all the Runway credits I have received as a prize, get ready for more fun AI films to come. And if you haven't yet watched Let Us Explore, click here to do so.